let us understand the last general method of preparation of carboxylic acid in this video. That is preparation of carboxylic acid from esters. Organic compounds having the general formula as RCOOR are referred by the name as esters. These two R's can be either alkyl group or it can be even an aryl group. Now, if both the R's are made up of the same type of groups, then we call it as symmetrical esters. And if these two are made up of unlike group, then we call it as unsymmetrical esters. So whether we take symmetrical esters or unsymmetrical esters, when they are subjected to the process of hydrolysis, they will directly yield acid hydrolysis I am talking about. So upon acid hydrolysis of the esters, they directly will yield the corresponding carboxylic acid. In case if we are carrying out the process of alkali hydrolysis, first we obtain will be the salt of that acid, maybe sodium salt or potassium salt, depending on which alkaline we have taken, whether it is sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. Accordingly, the respective salts are being obtained, and these salts has to be further subjected to the process of acidification to obtain the corresponding carboxylic acid. So, the process involved is hydrolysis. This is the name of the chemical reaction that is involved in that. Now, to write a symmetrical symmetrical ester, the general representation will be like this: RCOOR. If it is an unsymmetrical ester, it is going to be RCOOR dash. Just to distinguish that these two R's are containing unlike groups in them. Now, let us carry out the process. Let me say, I am taking for example an unsymmetrical ester. Unsymmetrical ester is subjected to the process of hydrolysis. So, we are carrying out the process of acid hydrolysis. In the previous video lesson, we have learned what are all the different representations that we can use for denoting the process of acid hydrolysis. Now, what will happen? HOH. So, what is the product that we are going to get? This R dash will combine with OH and forms the alcohol. The H will take the place of R, forming RCOOH. So, either you can write HOH here, or else you can add plus and then put an H2O or HOH. So, what are all the different products we are going to get? R, CO, O. These things remain intact. Now, this O and R bond gets cleaved. In that place, hydrogen from water will be taking an attachment, forming the carboxylic acid. So, we are going to get the carboxylic acid directly by acid hydrolysis. In addition to this, what else we are going to get? This R dash will combine with OH of water, resulting in the formation of the corresponding alcohol. So, we get two different products. One is the carboxylic acid and one more is the alcohol. Now, let me just write this with an example. I'll replace the R in this case with CH3, CH2, CH2. So, I've replaced R with a propyl group. Then, this R dash with ethyl group, and then I'll retain the ester functional group as it is. Then this R I'll replace it with C2H5. Either I can write directly C2H5 or else we can also write it as an expanded chain. CH2, CH3. Either you write like this or write like this, it's going to be one and the same. Now let us try to name this particular ester. What is the name of this ester? We see ethyl group attached, and otherwise how many carbon atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. And for an ester, it should always end with the suffix ate, O8. So therefore, this is C2H5, so it is ethyl, and then the remaining 4 carbon atoms, so root word is but, and they are all saturated. Butane, E of the butane to be replaced by OA. So ethyl butanoate is the name of this compound. Ethyl butanoate. This is subjected to the process of acid hydrolysis. Acid hydrolysis. Now what happens? C2H5 will combine with OH, comes out as C2H5OH, and in the place of C2H5, H from water takes a linkage. So this chain remains intact. There is no change for that. So let me write that. CH3, CH2, this is taken care. Then one more CH2 is also completed. Then this entire constituents CO, and then instead of this we need to add an H. Then what else? With the C2H5 it's going to combine with OH. So C2H5OH. So what are the two products we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atom containing carboxylic acid. So saturated, the name is going to be butanoic acid. Along with butanoic acid, what else did we get? Ethanol or ethyl alcohol. Ethanol is its IUPAC nomenclature. Ethyl alcohol will be its trivial nomenclature. So now, just like this, we subjecting the ester to the process of acid hydrolysis will be able to get the corresponding carboxylic acid directly. Now, I have taken up the example of an aliphatic compound. Let me write with an aromatic compound. Now, instead of CH3, CH2, CH2, I have taken the R to be the phenyl group, and then the remaining constituents I will take that only. So, what is the name of this compound? This will be ethyl, and this entire thing going to be benzoate. So, ethyl benzoate. This is also an example of unsymmetrical ester like this case, because both the R's are unlike here also, and it is also unlike here. Here one R is C6H5, another R will be C2H5. So it is also an example of aromatic unsymmetrical ester. This is subjected to the process of acid hydrolysis, HOH. So what happens now? Upon heating, C2H5, so this carbon and oxygen bond cleaves, C2H5 combines with OH, goes out as C2H5OH, and in the place of this carbon, the hydrogen will take a linkage. So what is the product we are going to get now? COOH plus C2H5OH. So what are the two different products? We obtain benzoic acid or benzene carboxylic acid along with the formation of ethanol or ethyl alcohol. So like this, by subjecting ester directly to the process of acid hydrolysis, we will be able to obtain the corresponding carboxylic acid. In the next video, I will continue with the starting material as ester and subjecting ester to the process of alkali hydrolysis. Watch that video also for complete understanding of the method of obtaining carboxylic acid starting from ester.